Not a bad looking stadium. Good facilities, lush grass to go with it. Couldn't ask for better facilities as a starting manager, if I'm honest. So let's go and make the most of it. Let's welcome ourselves to Curzon Ashton in the National League North. Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Unemployed to Legend here on FM22. My name is Craig, and coming up on today's episode we have our first game in the Vanarama National League North with Curzon Ashton, our new and first managerial role of this save. And also I have some transfers to take you through as well. It's been almost a month since we've taken over here at Curzon Ashton. Been trying to get some free trialists in, so hopefully players who we can bring in on loan as well. And a few players have come in, not necessarily out. More to the point, none of them have actually gone out. So as you can see on the screen here, I'm still trying to get some loan players in. Thankfully, at this level of English football, there is no transfer window, there is no deadline, if you will, until I think like March, towards the end of the season. So hopefully we'll get these loans in and just start fleshing out the squad. But for the moment, let me just take you through some of the players that we have brought in. Alright, so first up we have Bright Amoteng, 18-year-old English striker, 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. Brought him in on a free after he was released by Bolton and also formerly of Liverpool in their youth academy, I'm assuming. He has played in League 2 for Bolton. He's only made one league appearance. Doesn't say obviously if he's made any cup appearances, but he's played in the Football League, so he must be at least decent for our level. He's Vanarama North standard, which is excellent. He's our third best striker in the club behind McKay and Knowles. We'll see that this season, whether he'll overtake those two or if he's just better than those two, or worse. We'll find out. But just judging by his attributes, he's certainly got very good finishing, decent finishing, decent first touch. Bear in mind the level we're at, these are probably going to be very, very good attributes anyway against defenders in this league. He's also got some decent acceleration and pace on him, so chances are he's going to be outpacing a fair few defenders in this league, which is what I'm hoping he will be doing. But his mentals are also fairly strong as well for this level. Not bad for an 18-year-old who has that potential, I think, to be League 2. He's League 2 potential, so hopefully we'll start to see that this season. Hopefully he'll bag a few goals in the process. Alright, so next up we have Tobias Hales Dougherty, a 22-year-old English winger slash midfield, winger, just basically attacking or in midfield. Regardless, he can play in any of those positions. 3-star current ability, 4.5-star potential. He joins us after a few years out, actually. He was last at Walsall Wood on loan. He's come through Walsall's ranks, played in League 1, but otherwise looks like he's just been bouncing around the lower leagues, and even the game doesn't know where he's been for the last 2 years. Currently also of a Vanarama North standard. He could be a Vanarama national player, which is handy if we somehow do get promoted. More on that in a bit. But he comes in as our 4th best winger overall. I mean, that's attacking midfield. Left midfield, 2nd best. Right midfield, 3rd best. So he's certainly someone who fleshes out the squad, but also provides us with a little bit of an option to use out there. He's certainly got the pace and the balance and some mental attributes, some technical, not great, not outstanding, but I think he'll be able to pose a problem to a lot of fullbacks in this division, which is exactly what we need. Up third we have a new central defender in Michael Collins. You might notice he is only 6 foot tall. That's fine, as long as he's 6 foot tall minimum, he's good enough, hopefully. And he hasn't exactly got the greatest pace in the world, but you're not going to have that at this level. 20-year-old English defender as well, 3.5-star current ability, makes him, I think, the 2nd best centre-back at the club. Again, National League North level, potential to be National League standard. You can kind of see what we're going for here. Players who have got a bit of experience about them. I say that Collins has played nowhere before. He's formerly of Everton and Sunderland, their youth teams, I'm assuming. But he's never actually played anywhere. Apparently he hasn't even been on loan anyway, and he's been out of the game for a year. So that's great news to start with. He's got very good marking, very good on the decision making, his aggression as well. Not too brave, but he's got the right aggression, which hopefully means he won't be sent off stupid amount of times in a season. Watch me be proved wrong on that. And natural fitness, which will help him because obviously 46 games, hang on, is it 46 games? I think it's 46 game season. He's probably going to need that as we rotate through our defenders. Fourth up, we will have Rickard, another winger, giving us more options on that right-hand side. He apparently can play central midfield, but I probably wouldn't risk it there. Fairly determined player, you can see, 17 determination, fantastic. He's got some very good physicals on him and the first touch to go with it, so he'll definitely pose a problem. And as a 19-year-old Welsh winger with that 5-star potential, currently 3.5-star, he will certainly grow, hopefully, despite our poor training facilities. Formerly of Burnley and Swansea in the Premier League and the Championship respectively, he's hoping he'll create a good impact here at Curzon Ashton. And finally, we have a new goalkeeper as well, someone who can challenge or even replace Chris Renshaw in goal. Marcel Vucevic of Poland, 20 years old, 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. Again, formerly of Burnley, so hopefully him and Rickard will help each other get settled in here in the northwest here at Curzon Ashton. We are based in the Greater Manchester area. In case you don't know where Curzon Ashton actually is, he has spent time on loan at Nelson and Salford, and Salford actually at this level, but it looks like he hasn't played a game anywhere, so fantastic. He'll be making his debut for us at some point this season. Vanarama North player, potential to be National League standard, which is very good. Hopefully these players will grow, help us grow as a club, and hopefully get promoted eventually. And of course this all leads into our first game of the season, which will be our feature game today. It's only just going to be a 1-match episode. Future episodes from here will be 2 matches in each episode. I just wanted to be able to show the transfers in this episode and also not make the video too long. I know the attention span of people on YouTube, and that includes myself, is not the highest at the best of times, so let's just keep this one fairly short and sweet to begin with. So this is going to be our first 11 going into the first game of the season. The aforementioned Vucevic will be making his debut in goal for us ahead of Chris Renshaw, who is not even on the bench. I've decided not to have a second goalkeeper there. Famous last words. Matty Waters at left back, Scott Wilson, our best player at the club, alongside new signing Collins, and Matt Challoner at right back. Lussey, Whittam and Rickard in the midfield. Rickard on the right side of midfield. Adam Thomas is going to be on the left wing. He will be an inverted winger, nice and exotic for this level, if you will. Helping out Dominic Knowles and new signing Bright Amoteng up front. So we will have a look and see if Amoteng is going to be all that. He was banging in the goals, of course, in pre-season, but pre-season is pre-season. You know, you need to actually show that you can do this, do that same sort of thing during the season as well. I didn't realise I didn't give 2 of these players squad numbers. I think they were only signed in the past couple of days. I've literally been spending the last month in game trying to get in as many players as is humanly possible. Apparently we've got nothing to lose. I think I had a look at the season preview in the last game. We'll have a look at it again after this match, as well as where Chester are predicted to finish as well. I think Chester are predicted to finish in the top half of the table, and Curzon Ashton were predicted to be in a relegation battle, which is a bit of a problem because the board want me to actually be in mid-table. Let me just sort out my settings. Right then, settings are all sorted out, and we're still in that same highlight from kickoff. I believe that's because I had it on extended highlights. Now it is purely on key highlights. Just a quick note as well, with the intro that you saw at the start of this episode, it was still in pink, even though Curzon Ashton are playing in blue. That is what their home kit is. But as you can see, we're in the pink kit today because that is Curzon's away kit. So it kind of makes sense. I'm actually just going to stick with the pink on the intro video. I think it makes sense, and it's also a little bit different because I imagine we'll probably have a lot of teams, not just in England but across Europe, who will also be playing in blue anyway. So let's just have something a little bit different this time around. Right, we have ourselves a highlight here, and Thomas has the ball on the left hand side. He is on an attack duty, a nice exotic inverted winger, and that was very, very poor. Is it still quite slow, or have I just picked the wrong setting? Because normally I have it a little bit faster than this. I'll leave it for this highlight. I'll probably just sort it out at half time anyway. It'd be nice if we can get the ball back here and maybe create a chance, maybe score a goal. It'd be nice to see an opening day goal, and that was very close there. Who was that? Was that Knowles? I can't even click on him. God can't even click on him. Chester just getting the ball down, unfortunately, and really just passing it around us. It makes sense that we're kind of looking like that lower end of the table type team, and that was a pretty poor non-action almost there by Vucevic. I know he dived, but come on, man, you've got hands. You reach them out, reach them out, reach them. Did he even move his hands here? Let's have a look. No, he literally just got him up. Ah! He literally just got him up above his head. Come on. That was absolutely terrible. Right, 1-0 at half time. We'll be back in the second half once I've sorted out all the settings. And actually, we'll do the team talk first. I'm not particularly happy. That first half wasn't any good. None of the players actually care, which is a shame. Apart from Scott Wilson. Yeah, apart from Scott Wilson, he's the only one who actually cares. Right, we have ourselves another highlight here. Chester, they do have the ball down again, just wide. And are those the away fans? Is that all we've brought to Chester from Curzon? I know Chester, they are not that far from Greater Manchester, so I'm pretty surprised we haven't got more fans here with us. Unless Curzon just don't have that many fans in the first place. Right, I've actually just realised my best attacker isn't even on the pitch, and that is Jack McKay. So he's going to come on. Amoteng is going to go off. He's not impressed at all today. Hales Dougherty. Just thinking, who could he come on for? I mean, he could come on there. How's he going to look down here too? Adam Thomas hasn't exactly looked great today either. So you know what? This is going to be a day. We'll have a look at Hales Dougherty ahead of Adam Thomas anyway. That's going to be the only changes I'll make for the moment. See if we can try and get ourselves back into this game. We're going to go positive. I do just kind of stay on balance at the moment with FM22, because I noticed you're actually better off balanced at times than you are actually on positive, and that's probably a good example of that right there, because we were just carved open very heavily. It was disallowed, thank goodness, but very, very easily carved apart. Look at that. I mean, yeah, we caught him offside, but that's not that encouraging that he was just so easily opened up there. Oh, sorry, we were so easily opened up. Rickard is knackered, so Mahon is going to come on. He's also a very influential player, apparently. 32-year-old right winger. He's not exactly someone I'd look to build a squad around, but if he's influential, hopefully he'll drag us back into this, maybe? I don't know. I mean, it's not looking very hopeful. We've had 16 shots on goal, 6 on target. You would like to think we would have... sorry, I can't even speak. We would have had a proper shot, or at least a great chance. Are we maybe we're just too defensive in the midfield. I don't know. We're still getting used to things around here with this squad. It's a bit of a shame that it's coming to a lackluster 1-0 loss. Oof, I'm just thankful it wasn't a 2-0 loss. That would have made me very, very sad. And Knowles has been booked. Don't know what for. We didn't even see. I'd like us to win the ball back here and maybe just get an equaliser, but I don't think the game is really going to allow us to do that. This just hasn't really worked today, unfortunately. Distribute over the opposition defence. Let's just see. Who knows, maybe in the last 30 seconds the game might surprise me and give us a little bit of hope. But otherwise this will just be a weird highlight just to end the game on with about less than 30 seconds to go. Oh, if someone could just attack. Thank you, there you go. Lussey into Hales Dougherty. Have we got one more chance here? Knowles into... Oh my god, that was... Oh, heaven help me. This is not the Premier League. This is the National League North and we're trying to do that. Oh, that was horrendous. Okay, we've got work to do. We have got some work to do. We've got some tactical familiarity to do. We've got to sort out our tactics overall. Yeah, I wasn't happy with the performance. I don't care if you are unmotivated. Knowles, Waters, everyone, and Challoner. Oh, great. That's 3 of my influential players right there, who are not particularly happy. Right. So that was the first game of the season. I hope by the time I come back, we will be much, much better off in terms of performances and results, because that was just drab. That was like, oh, You can see we had all the shots though, but we will be back somewhere around late September. I'm kind of looking at the FA Cup second qualifying round because, you know, low league equals we need FA Cup money. So we'll probably come back for the second qualifying round and probably the Bradford game at home in the league. Hopefully we've picked up a few points in the meantime. Of course, as we go through the series, especially this first season, we will get to know the players that little bit better, even if they happen to leave like at the end of the season or whatever, and any new recruits who happen to come in and help our club out. But if you've enjoyed that episode and if you're looking forward to the rest of the series, make sure to hit the like button down below and smash the big red subscribe button. It will help the channel out and it's free. What more could you ask for? Free subscription to a channel. Why not go for it? You never know, you might be surprised by some of the content that you'll find here. But I'm hoping that you have a wonderful weekend, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode.